and today I'm going to tell you about the last day of my black walnut tree. We had a sudden summer storm, a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder, and then it started to hail. Now, I don't know if you're like me, I like to sit outside sometimes and watch it rain. The hail is a warning that, there could be something serious, but I'm crazy like that. I just like to sit out under the deck. The deck is covered, so of course I'm out there watching the storm and looking at the rain. But I was afraid that a lot of the hail, since it's happened before, would hurt my plants and really beat down on them. But the hail itself was kind of small, as hail goes sometimes, so it really didn't do any damage to my plants. But little did I know what was to come. But I stayed out there until I happened to glance up at my neighbor's house, and I thought, this rain is coming down so hard. This rain is coming down so hard that I can't even see the neighbor's house. So I ran in the house. So anyway, a little bit later, after the storm had passed, I called my husband out, and we were standing on the deck and hear this loud crack. And it was this tree. Apparently, I don't think it got struck by lightning, but something in these high winds cracked it just as we stood there. Or maybe it was just, it had gotten cracked by a storm, a lightning bolt, and it just happened to, when the breeze hit it real hard, it just went and busted it through. But that's my black walnut tree. I love that tree. It's old, but unfortunately, I knew it was gone. But the next day, my husband and his friend, our neighbor, decided they would take it down themselves. Yeah, seriously, that's what they decided to do. Now, I myself, my husband, and my family, they all accuse me of being a worrywart. I worry constantly about somebody getting hurt, a tree falling on them. So I was forbidden to be out there. I'm staying in the house, and I am not allowed outside. And I was getting stubborn just like my husband, and I thought, I won't say one single solitary word. Just let these guys cut the tree down, and please, forgive me if something happens to my husband, the neighbor. What was I going to do? But they're stubborn, and they were going to do the tree no matter what. So I just had to stay in there and pace. Now they have a rope that they have tied to the tree somehow. So I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. So they've got ropes. They've got my husband's truck back there. And I really don't know the plan. They've tied ropes to the bumper, and they're going to pull the tree over as the neighbor uses his chainsaw to saw down the tree. I really don't know what the logic and the plan was. The tree looks like to me that it's leaning toward the house. That's just how it looks to me. So I don't know how they feel that this, it looks like a piece of yarn, piece of twine, is going to work against the force of gravity and the weight of that black walnut wood to pull it over that direction. I don't want it to crush my husband in his truck. I don't want it to crush my neighbor. His wife would never forgive me, I know. But, men do what men do, and there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to be quiet, shut my mouth. But this is like, I don't know, some kind of comedy. But anyway, so they take their chainsaws and the wedges or whatever it is they're using, because I don't know anything about that stuff, and they start sawing the trees. Maybe if you know what's going on, you can tell what he's doing, but with the big wedge cut out of, I guess, the backside of the tree, or that that's the western edge of the property. I don't know how that's going to make it not fall toward the house, but I don't know. So I'm standing in the dining room inside, and I feel like Wile E. Coyote with the shadow kind of getting ready to cross over their face like in the cartoons. But I'm watching this and listening to the chainsaw and eating nerve pills like they're M&Ms. I mean, not really, but that's how I felt. So I'm watching the tree, listening to the chainsaws buzz, dreading what might happen. And again, there's nothing I can do. The men are going to do what the men are going to do. And just in a moment, here comes some of my worst nightmares about to be fulfilled. I see the top of a big walnut tree heading right for me. Now, I'm very light on my feet, as you hear. I should have been a ballerina. My neighbors also were using their cell phone and caught the footage of the tree going down too. Moving. Oh no. Yep, right into the shed, right into the fence. Moving. Oh no. Yep, right into the shed, right into the fence. Also knew that they'd had a close call. I guess the little tree wasn't quite long enough to reach the house, but the strands of it were within 5 or 6 feet of the house, the top branches. But my little garden shed was buried. I feared that it would be caved in and crushed, but it wasn't. There was just a little bit of minor damage, mostly some pots, and some of my planters got crushed. But thankfully, that was the only things that got crushed. Nobody got hurt. Nobody died. Our truck didn't get damaged, but you see my hanging planter, the tufa fell out of it. My little turtle got crushed. So I guess the moral of my story is hire a professional. They earn every penny because they know what they're doing. Thanks for listening. We'll get back on track later.